using his magic gloves.
There you go. So, as you see, you got a lot of rust in this wheelbarrow, the metal. And let's see if we could rejuvenate it in some way. Well, the first thing to do is try to remove as much rust as you can. Use any kind of sander. The coarser the better. And the first thing you want to do, like I say, just rough it up a bit. Take a touch. As much rust as you can here. So after sanding, you try to remove as much rust as you can. Get a cloth, a little damp cloth, and remove as much of the rust as you can.
Mainly to roughen the area so that water job industrial can adhere to the raw metal. Is that right, John?
Okay. There you go. So what we're going to do once it's all cleaned up, we're going to apply about 2 to 3 coats, depending on the impact that you're going to have on the wheelbarrow. I guess if you're going to have a lot of bricks and stuff and it's pretty heavy, we'd recommend maybe putting 3 coats, and this would be very durable. Support system here. So we'll be filming that too. So we'll be showing you how we film it in the front and all around the wheelbarrow. Right. First thing to know is that you don't need a primer. Apply directly on the metal or the rust, and brushes very easily. And if you find the coating a little too thick, you could actually mix a bit of water, say 5%, would be easier to brush on. Just like paint. And once it hardens, which should take, depending on the temperature, if it's over 70 degrees or 80, you should dry in about 10 to 15 minutes. It's applied, anything above 50 should take about an hour, 45 to an hour. So once it dries, you can put a second coat. And you can see it's applied right on the metal and also on the rust. It's got a rust inhibitor, and the rust won't expand. There you go. Now we're just going to wait for it to dry and then apply a second and probably a third coat.
And meanwhile, we can paint the wood area and then underneath. Is that right, Dom?
Yep, that's exactly what we're going to do. You only also the outside here. So what you do is you do light sanding over the paint here. You don't have to remove the whole paint. Just give it a light sand, rough up the surface. The coarser the sandpaper, the better. There you go. You have to completely take the paint off as long as you rough it up. Superman. I'm not Superman anymore. As you see, we're just putting the first coat.
Basically goes on like paint. You know?
Yes, sir. And you apply it also on the wood, on the metal surfaces. So it could be a complete black wheelbarrow. But, you know, it could be any metal surface. A wheelbarrow is just an example of a product applied on the metal surface. Haven't put it here yet. There you go. Handyman.
Now we're going to do the wood. We'll do the whole thing. The whole thing. Yeah.
It will be the black wheelbarrow.
Gonna look
As
good.
you see, there's no primer needed for the wood. Just make sure there's no paint. If there's paint, you just rough it up. Otherwise, paint directly on the wood. Have you started with the wood yet?
Yep.
Yeah. That's okay, just you don't have to show me. Yeah, apply 2 coats. Once it dries. We're just finishing the second coat here. Go.
It looks good already, Dominic.
Yep.
Looks marvelous. Simply marvelous.
If you want there, like I say, you could put a 3rd coat and it'll be fine.
The second
And as you
coat, I
see,
think,
we
should
did
be
all
good.
the wood and all the metal areas here underneath.
Looks marvelous.
It's rock hard.
Rock
Once it
hard.
comes- Okay. As I say, you could apply it on any metal surface. There's no primer. There's high impact resistance, salt resistant, chemical resistant, acid resistant, salt, moisture. So
High impact
metal-
bricks.
High impact, of
Yeah,
course.
So, looks beautiful. From an old dingy wheelbarrow, looks like brand new. Hey, Dominic?
Well, yeah, you could actually private label it if you want.
It's beautiful, beautiful.